tuning in today. Hope everyone has their week off to a wonderful start. Now, without any further ado, I'm just gonna say, hey, it's my wonderful friend, mentor, award-winning actress, hard workingest woman in showbiz, Dawna Lee Heising. How you doing, Dawna?
Hi, Keith. I'm doing great. I've just been watching the nominations for the RIP Horror Film Festival,
Uh-huh.
and Slink has been nominated for 5 awards.
Wow.
So happy.
So congratulations on that. And that's like breaking news right now, right?
Well, it really is. I mean, Slink was the first film that I ever worked on with Jared Masters. So it was 2.5 or 3 years ago, but it's still my favorite film. I mean, the plot is amazing. I'm Miss Galactic Film Festival, and it's another one of LJ's film festivals. So I was at the RIP Horror Film Festival last night
Right.
for for the screening of Slink,
Right.
and I hadn't seen it for maybe 2 years, and I was blown away. I didn't even remember parts of it, but it's a really good film.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. As a matter of fact, I saw the trailer and I don't know if I can. Well, I guess it's on the trailer, so I can speak about it. But I saw you when you were talking about the fetus is really better than the fetuses or something like that, right?
It was just a dream part, and
Mhm.
Art Roberts is incredible. I mean, he really stole the whole show, and he's up for Best Character.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so glad he was nominated. Julia Faye West is up for Best Actress. Um, Danica Galindo is up for Sexy Siren.
Right.
And then Slink is up for Best Ensemble. And
Okay.
it's up for Best Makeup.
Yeah, I was going to say it was some.
It's because of all of the dead bodies hanging up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really scary looking, and I mean, actually, the special effects in it are incredible.
I looked and I could see in it, just the vision of it and the quality of the film itself. Just watching it, looking at it was amazing, and it's a beautiful cast too as well, Donna, including yourself. Like, wow.
Thank you. Well, it was really, I mean, I've said this before, but it was really an honor to be cast as Julia Faye West's sister, because she is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was cast as her older sister.
Oh.
And I don't know if I should give the plot away, but, I will anyway.
I know, right?
My husband strangles me because he's in love with her.
Uh-huh.
Not just because of that, but,
Okay.
Anyway, that's how I got the part, I think, because Jared told me that originally my part was supposed to be played by some sort of monstrous woman,
Uh-huh.
Someone who just is really hideous, like a
Right.
hideous person.
Right.
And then he saw me and he thought that I looked like Julia, so he cast me as it.
Well,
I mean, it was just my good fortune because I've done 4 films now with Jared,
right.
and he's been the best thing that ever happened in my career. I mean, I love Jared.
Yeah, Jared is amazing. He's put together some wonderful films with you in it, right?
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you how much Slink cost, but
Okay.
it's an amazing film, and he had like such a small budget on that.
Uh-huh.
His next film, Ballerina Massacre, is going to have $100,000 budget.
Oh,
So
man.
I can just imagine what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Okay. You know what? I saw something else. I'm not sure if you could talk about it, but I saw you were hitting someone in the head with a hammer the other day.
I was what?
The other day there was a hammer. You're holding a hammer in your hand.
Oh, that was me in Slink. My
Yeah.
character, Joan,
Yeah.
is the purse designer.
Uh-huh.
And I'm Art Roberts' wife.
Right.
But I'm also a killer too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're taking people out in the movie as well.
Well, one person.
Okay.
Actually, you remember this, but that scene opens the film, and the girl that I killed was line. So it was really funny. I can't wait for actually the pictures from last night because I was there as Miss Galactic Film Festival. So it's real. And John Cox was there. You know, he's not working with me anymore, so I'm not doing any more interviews. You know, I posted it on my page a lot of times. You know, unless it's for a film I'm in, or unless it's for a film I'm going to be in, or unless it's for special friends or something, I really don't want to do interviews anymore because I want to focus on my acting career.
Right. And you know what, you are very, very busy with acting too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, you know, it takes a lot of time, so I really don't have time to do the interviews anymore, but it seems like I've been doing tons lately. Like last night, well, actually, I want to do them for City Beat Live, and that's on Prime TV, and it's LJ station. So I filled in last night and did some interviews, and I can't wait till they come out because there's like a horror icon, or two horror icons actually that I got to interview last night, and then of course Jared and Carly Norcutt, who is the girl that I killed in Flames.
Right.
So those are fun because because I mean I do like interviewing if I'm there and if I have the time to do it, but you know, it's like I don't have the time to do it for my show anymore, and John doesn't have the time to edit anymore because he's working for City Beat Live, and then he's also working for this party planning company.
Oh, okay.
So that's one reason why we stopped doing them, but mainly is that I really want to focus on my acting career, and I've had kind of an epiphany lately, just like in the last month. I talked to actor Gary Cairns, and he's going to be in Circus of Dread with me, and it's Mark Savage's film, and I think it's going to be next year sometime.
Okay.
But Gary is a really dedicated actor, and he's such a good actor that a lot of people ask him to be in their films, but he turns certain people down unless it's a quality film or unless it's a quality director that he wants to work with, because he's thinking for the long run of his career.
Of course, right.
And I just came back to the business 3 years ago, so up until like a couple of months ago, I was taking everything. You know, I was doing everything that I got offered just because I wanted to build up my IMDb credits, and every time you work, you learn more, you know, you get better as an actress. But I feel like I have enough credits now where it's kind of 50-50 whether it's hurting my career or helping my career to do just everything. I'm thinking I need to look at the quality of the projects that I'm working on and the quality of the roles that I play.
Yeah. Well, like you say, I mean, because it's good to be in a lot of different films for the experience of it, but then do you feel like it kind of it clutches you or kind of confuses your image for maybe the next film?
Yeah, it does, and I've been really, really lucky to work with Jared because he's the one who changes up my characters for me.
Okay.
So I'm not just always, you know, like the prostitute or the, you know, I mean, I know I'm typecast in a lot of things, but well, you have Chandra Gerson coming on your show, and I am so lucky that she cast me in her film, Salvation of One, because I think that's going to be changing a lot of people's image of me, and I have Chandra totally to thank for that. And of course, June Barfield, who's my acting coach, they both worked with me really heavily on this character, and it's completely different from any character I've ever done before. And so I'm hoping that filmmakers will see what I'm capable of once Book of Choices is released.
Yeah, because you know, like you say, I know a lot of people get to see you in a lot of different films, but you know, for those who don't know, I mean, I've known you for a while, but you know, you are a very, you know, you're fun, you're bubbly, but at the same time, you are a very serious lady at the same time. And so, Yeah, so so I mean, it's good that people get to see you in that nature because I love seeing you with the straight face. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and things of that nature. So I'm happy. Congratulations about that.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, my personality is pretty much glass half full. You know, I like to stay positive. And I like to have fun, you know, and I like most everybody I meet. I mean, you have to do something major to me for me to not like you. You know, like stop my page and
Yeah.
you know, try to get in all the films that I announce. I mean, that's going to make you not my friend.
Right. Right.
You know, and it seems to be happening a lot. But I can just imagine what Mindy Robinson goes through every day. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, she does way more films than me. But I do try to stay positive, and I like to have fun, and I don't like conflict. So
Right.
that is my personality. But at the same time, I am a businesswoman, and you know, as we talked about last time,
Right.
I'm the VP of a software company. I have an MBA. So I am a very serious person,
Right.
and those are the type of roles that, well, no, I like doing comedy too,
Yeah.
and I like playing, you know. So,
Yeah.
actually, I like all the roles that I do. That you know, they just have to be in quality films. I mean, the films have to have quality production, and otherwise, I think it could end up hurting my career.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went to the Fantastic Horror Film Festival
Right.
in San Diego, and it was a really fun experience. And I was up for Best Supporting Actress there. I didn't win. It was for Club Lingerie that Jared also did. But I was really honored to be nominated.
You mean there was something you didn't win this time, Don?
Yeah. Actually, you know, I didn't. I wanted to win because I want to win everything.
Right.
You know me.
Right.
But I didn't really think I would win because my part was so small. I mean, I was sick during the filming, so I only worked one day on it. And I liked the character that I played. I mean, she was a beauty queen, you know, but I mean, like I said, I only worked one day, and I kept hoping that my part was bigger than I remembered. But when I watched the film, my part was exactly the same as what I remembered.
Yeah.
I kind of knew I had no chance.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, you can't win them all.
Oh.
But I did go to see Gregory Blair's Deadly Revisions, and I mean, his film has won tons of awards. Gregory's my good friend now, but I had a cameo in his film, and when he gave me the cameo in his film, he didn't know me at all. I mean, he just gave it to me, and so I have like 2 seconds on film. But the characters that he cast as the lead actress and the lead actor both won Best Actress and Best Actor, and of course, you know, it's Bill Oberst Jr., who's like the best actor on the planet, or one of the best actors on the planet, so he won. And then there's a girl named Cindy Merrill who won Best Actress too. And I was looking, and it was Gregory's first film, and I was looking at the quality of the film, and I mean, it was awesome. I was just amazed. I was really happy for Gregory. But at the same time, I was thinking, oh my God, you know, why wasn't I friends with Gregory then?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you could have jumped in that sooner.
I'd have had a different part.
Right. And you know what? I've watched you and Gregory Blair in interviews as well. Shout outs to Gregory also. I've watched you and him in interviews together, and you guys crack me up when you're talking. Like,
well, he's one of my best friends now, and he actually is a natural born filmmaker, and he saved my life. He wrote 2 scenes in it that are into the whole movie. I know it's going to be a great film because of what Steve did. I mean, Steve's a great writer too, but Gregory added these 2 other scenes that are just hilarious.
oh, okay. And so,
So
okay,
I can't wait to see them.
right. So he now you have been going like you say you was at a festival last night, as a matter of fact. When do you find time? I know I asked you this before, but you are so busy, Dawna. Do you ever get to rest? I know I don't get to rest much, but you are doing 3 times what I do. Like,
I know you're in technology too, so
Yeah.
I don't get to rest, and I'm exhausted today, and I've actually been exhausted since I returned from the fantastic horror film festival because I ended up doing it there too. So, I mean, I ended up doing interviews for 3 hours.
Wow. Oh God.
After driving to San Diego, and then I had to go to the award ceremony where I presented an award. So I had to leave the award ceremony early because I was exhausted.
But you live for this you live for this too at the same time too though, Dawna.
Yeah, I do. But at the same time, I love doing the awards there because I met James Patrick Brown, and I'm slated to be in one of his films. So I love doing his award, but he's going to be using that in his documentary. But I think they kind of asked me if I wanted to do awards next year, and I kind of just want to be nominated for Best Actress next year for a film to be announced.
Well, okay.
I kind of don't want to do awards. Do interviews at the same time. I mean, last night was different because it was Big Beat Live and it was just a few awards. I mean, it was just a few interviews on the red carpet.
Right.
So I was there anyway. So I felt.
Well,
I told LJ that I would fill in for him certain times when he can't get to do interviews, but I don't want to commit to film festival. I think it's going to be exhausted.
Right. Now a video, if you can talk, I'm not sure if you can talk about it, but are you planning to be in a music video coming up soon, or?
Yes. That's another exhausted, but in a fantastic way. Last Friday, I did a video a year and a half ago for a band called Electric Guest, and it was for a great song called This Head I Hold.
Okay.
And it's been on TV. It's been seen everywhere, and it has more than 3 million views.
Wow.
So far. And the director was Keith Schofield, and he's an award-winning director, and he's fantastic. If you see the music video that he did for This Head I Hold, it's amazing, and it's not like any other music video you've seen.
Right.
So anyway, I got this call on Thursday, and Keith requested me for this new video that he was doing called, and I don't know what it's called, but it's for the band the group Bastille.
Okay.
And I love them. They just did Pompeii.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember you saying that you were getting ready for a video of a group that you actually listen to, right?
Yeah, I love Bastille. So, and the song that we did the video to is even better. And I don't know the name of it, but it was amazing doing that video. It was so wonderful. I mean, they just treated us so great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about with quality and high production value.
Right.
I mean, it reminded me of the old days when I would go to work on a network show. Where you do your makeup and your hair, and they've got this whole catering thing, and just everything is taken care of.
Yeah. So
I've been working in the indie film world for so long, I kind of forgot what it was like.
To be pampered.
I was there from 10 in the morning to like 12 at night, after 12 even. So we worked.
Yeah.
Even though it was a lot of fun.
Right, and you were on set shooting for that long.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it was worth it. It was so fantastic, and I hope he calls me again on any other music video that he does, because I know this one is going to be amazing. I'm not going to give away anything about the shoot, except that I did work with this 12-time bodybuilding champion.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did share that on my show.
Yeah.
I mean, on my wall. Or she shared it actually.
Yeah.
And it was was amazing getting to see her scenes because she's fantastic.
You know, I saw that too, and you've been doing some exercising too. I saw the muscles in the legs too, Dawna.
Well, see, I mean, I never have any problems with my legs because I've got a squat. Well, I've got every machine here in my house. I've got a squat machine.
Yeah.
I have this pull-up machine. I have two pull-up machines.
Yeah.
And then I've got this machine for your abs.
Yeah.
And then I've got and then I have free weights here.
Right.
So, and then I'm also a pole dancer.
Okay.
And then I've taken ballet my whole life. So my legs are, if I don't myself, my legs are always in great shape. But what I need to do, I just, you know what, I picked five really that I'm signed for because of the problem that I'm having with people stalking me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think I will announce it anyway because I'm just so excited about doing it. I've been signed, or I've been cast in a film called Carlos Dunn's Alan Bane, and it's going to be an action-adventure film. So I'm going to have to be in the best shape of my whole life. And it's being directed by Charles Bailey.
Oh, wow.
And I've also been, I'm also going to be doing a project with Charles, too, that I can't really talk about.
Right.
But I have to be in the best shape of my whole life to do both of those films. And most of it's going to be the arm muscles. And I always used to have, you know, it's like I always used to go to the gym and work out, but lately I've just been strictly pole dancing. And I know that takes a lot of arm strength because you have to climb up the pole.
Right.
And it took me forever to learn how to invert. And so I thought that was arm strength, but I guess it's mostly ab strength because I don't feel like my arm muscles, well, I mean, you could tell from that picture. I mean, hers are like all rippled.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah, and mine are all like just there.
Right.
Plus, I'm all white too. I mean, it's like I look like a ghost next to her. You know? So I looked at that picture and I thought, okay, I got to do something. So I signed up for a kickboxing class, and I'm going to start that next week because I'm still pole dancing this week.
Okay.
But next week I'm going to start kickboxing. And I know that you have to, I mean, I've got the gloves already, so I know that you have to hit the bag, so I know that's going to help my arm muscles. But I started lifting weights about 2 weeks ago, too, because I knew that, well, this is another film I'm going to announce that, you know, I haven't started yet.
Wow.
It's another film that I am just so excited to be working with Charles Bailey and Carlos Dunn. That another film that's a dream come true is I'm going to be doing a science fiction film with Neil Johnson. And he's another award-winning director. And he's extremely serious like I am.
Okay.
I mean, and I have to say, he got bombarded after I announced it, so he had to take himself off Facebook. So that's why.
Are you serious? What?
Well, he's gorgeous, actually.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, but... You know, I mean, it's like...
That's hard to deal with sometimes, though. I mean, you know...
It is hard to deal with, and like I told you, sometimes the publicist part of me, you know, is in direct competition with the actress part of me. And where the actress part of me should keep things quiet until I start a film.
Right.
You know, but the publicist part of me wants to always announce everything right away.
Right.
But I think what happened with Neil has taught me a lesson where sometimes I just need to keep my mouth shut because filmmakers are going to cast who they want, you know, and they always get bombarded with people, you know, asking them to cast them in a film or saying they're friends of mine or blah, blah, blah. You know, and I have to say, I've been guilty of contacting certain filmmakers and saying I would love to work with you. I can't say I've never done that, but there are filmmakers that I've watched their work and followed them, not just because a friend of mine got cast.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't contact people just because I saw someone who I know got cast in it, and some of these people who are contacting the people look nothing like me, and not even in the same age range or anything.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's kind of and that's kind of the I guess that's kind of the ugly side of the business as well. You know,
yeah, and I guess I've never been successful enough to have it happen to me. You know, but now luckily I'm getting quality projects.
Yeah.
So. And with Jared too. You know, Jared and I have had a really great partnership, and Jared's brilliant. So it started happening with him, but lately, really great things have been happening in my career, and I'm just very grateful, and I thank God that it's all happening.
You know what I got to stop you for a second, because I wouldn't say that it's. I wouldn't say that it's not that you have. It's not that you haven't been successful, because I've known you for a while and you seem pretty successful. So I think I think sometimes what it has to do with is, you know, eventually it gets to the point where you just kind of run into, and forgive me everybody out there in radio land for having to come out and say this, but you know, you do have some people out there who a bit have a jealous streak, because see, you got to remember, Dawna, when you do well, you're successful, and when you're all over the map like that, it you know, some people just it unfortunately it makes it easy to kind of be a target. I worry about that all the time myself. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what I do. You know, when am I gonna look up and then somebody's kind of, you know, trying to jump in my way, or you know kind of trying to you know, take my spot, or just so it just kind of happens like that.
It's part of the business, you know. Actually, you know that I've been in millions of pageants, and,
right?
You know, there are internet trolls. Every time you win anything, or you get something good, there are going to be internet trolls out there who are going to just knock you down and do anything they can to harass you. And luckily, it's given me a pretty thick skin. Right. You know, if it's just an internet troll out there, you know, who's calling me a transvestite or you know, whatever, you know,
you're crazy.
I could care less. I'll just block them, you know,
right.
Don't deal with them.
Right.
You know, but I mean, when it's people who you know, then it's a little different.
Okay,
you know, and they're dealing with filmmakers, you know. Then that's different. I mean, I have to tell you, just recently on IMDb, I got added to this list of unsexy and porn stars.
Wait, whoa, what? Hold on. Hold on. I heard this unsexy.
And I can't. Yeah, I mean, if people go to my IMDb page, they'll see two nice lists, you know, of beautiful people or something, and then they'll see this one list of unsexy and porn stars. And I looked on it, and my friend Mindy Robinson is on it too. So Mindy's a really good friend of mine. She's going to be the star of Ballerina Massacre. So I Facebook messaged Mindy, and I said, Mindy, how do we get off this list? And then she just laughed, and she goes, you know, it shows that people are paying attention to you.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, so that's a good attitude to have. But it's stuck on my page.
Okay, so it's on your. Okay, so they were able to somehow put it on your page. It wasn't even on a different page.
I probably shouldn't say this because now I'm going to get a bunch of.
Oh man, I was going to say don't.
A bunch of horrible lists.
I was going to say don't do it.
You on a list.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, I mean I should make up my own list. You know, best everything.
Yeah.
You know, put myself on it. But no,
right.
You know.
Oh wow. Okay, that's crazy. I didn't. Wow. Well, that.
Yeah, and I mean on IMDb it's almost impossible to get yourself taken off.
Okay. Well, like Mindy said, at least you know, that just means that people are pretty much watching. That's gonna come with it. You know, that's gonna come with it. It would probably excite me. It would make me happy, as a matter of fact. But I don't know. Hey,
I don't think you'll be on a porn list.
Nah, I ain't going on there. Look, I'm gonna be upset if I end up on a porn. Like,
you know, actually, I don't know why I'm on a porn list. I
right.
mean, I do act in very little clothing. Like I'm wearing, you know, practically a G-string in
right.
Happy Ending and another film that's coming up. That I mean, I draw the line at nudity.
Yeah.
So So nobody can call me a porn star.
But you know what? It's right. Well, that's exactly it. You know, that being the number one point. But then also, I mean, hey, you know, it's a sense of admiration too. Because you know, a lot of times they call haters confused admirers. You see what I'm saying? And so they probably admire you at the same time. So you know, that's what it is. But hey, I mean, you're still the best of the best. So it is what it is.
Yeah, well, they could admire me or they could just hate me, but
Yeah.
you know, I can just block them, so it's awful.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, now is it any different for you, like with the music, you know, making the transition of doing the acting with so many different roles and then being in the videos? Is it any different in actually being in a music video as acting? Because I mean, I'm assuming you're acting in a music video too, but you're not really saying lines in a music video. So is there a difference?
Well, actually, there isn't a difference because you're hired as an actress to do the music videos.
Oh.
So you have to get into the character. I mean, I never do anything without feeling the character. I mean, that's one thing I learned from doing theater with Sal Romeo, is that, you know, you have to deep breathe before you do anything and feel the character in your diaphragm. You know, and so the comedies that I do, you know, or the prostitutes that I do, those are really easy. Not that I'm a prostitute, but, you know, I've done so many of those roles, and I've done so many sexy roles that just comes naturally. That, like, if you're playing a different type of character, you have to feel that character. And it's the same with the music video. This one that I did on Friday was a little bit different because we had to get out and do a dance, kind of.
Okay.
You know, a short dance, but a certain kind of a dance. And luckily, my dance experience came in handy. Otherwise, I would have had a heart attack. But it's going to be a great video. I just can't wait.
Right. Now, I guess kind of touching on the business side of things with you, because again, you know, you're talented, amazingly talented, just in the entertainment industry in general. But you know, switching over to the side of also being a part of a company, like how is the business side of things going for you anyway? I'm sure it's well, but how is it?
Well, actually, the software is fantastic. It's finished, and it's the best software out there. But it's kind of the same as show business, so we're trying to find more investment money.
Right.
So we're looking at different ways of doing it. You know, we're looking at different investor groups, or you know, possibly even doing something on Kickstarter since it's a software. It's a different type of software.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
With it, but the good news is that the software is done.
Right.
And I mean, if anyone wants to see it, it's spotsync.net.
You said what is it again?
It's spotsync.net.
Okay, spotsync.
SPOTSYNC.net.
Okay. Now, you know, like we mentioned before, like I'm also, you know, into information technology myself, and look, it is. I get confused sometimes, and I mean, you know, I think to myself, okay, one day I want to be able to, you know, kind of do the same and build a software, but it's you know, you really got to be on your toes. I mean, just even with the math side of learning it, and you know, all different things, and things of that nature. How, I mean, did you have to go through that part, or were you kind of like the head of the company, and you had people who know how to do all of that, or?
Well, you know, I mean, I was always involved in the marketing, so, but let me tell you, you know, I started out as a product manager for Epson America for the notebooks and desktop computers when they had them. And so I started out in hardware, and we had the best training in the world because Epson was a division of Seiko. So they would have all of these training classes for us, and it's kind of the difference between being in an indie film and being in, like, you know, a network show.
Right.
You know, Epson was a network show. All of these meetings were catered and everything.
Right.
But I got trained really well. But, you know, in technology, like, there's so much turnover. Like, when Epson got rid of the computers, then I went into, like, data storage. I had to learn that all over again. Then I went into SAP software and ERP software, and that's enterprise resource planning software. I had to learn that all over again, and then I had to go into large format printing, and then I went into like LED lighting.
Whoa.
So I had to, every time I went into and I built the marketing departments from scratch, which is why I think that, if I don't say so myself, I'm really great at publicity, because I was always in charge of publicity. So with my companies, I would treat them as, and I went from acting to being in technology. So, the way that I would publicize myself is the way that I would publicize the companies, and I would get just as much of a kick out of seeing them, in an ad or on TV or anywhere or in print.
Yeah.
And that, in order to do a good job in technology, first and foremost, you have to know the technology, you have to know the product. And it's difficult when you're always changing jobs and you're changing from software to hardware to software again, then to data storage, then to RAID storage. And I mean, I even worked for a company that made modems.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, it's like I have all of this stuff stuck in my brain, and I'm so glad to be acting. I worked actually with they had the software company that we're doing now. They had a spot singing. He's like a boy genius, kind of like Jared. He's about the same age.
Right.
And he wrote all of the software himself. But when I met him, he was like running the whole network of $1 billion company.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he's a genius. So I feel very fortunate to be working with these geniuses, like Michael, I'll mention his name, and like Jared.
Right. Now, and so that leads me to the next question, because being in the entertainment industry myself, and then going into information technology, like yourself and like Jared and and Michael, do you think, or have you noticed, or is there a link somehow between the two sometimes? I mean, like you say, because it has to do with computers or social networking or just marketing, and being able to dissect the business, and as well as dissecting in the technology department, because technology pretty much fuels even social networking. So do you think that it kind of, the two kind of draw you in between both entertainment and technology?
I have to think about that really carefully. I don't think there's really a link between entertainment and technology, except that Michael is also great at video editing, because we used to put together multimedia product videos. So as far as, the technical aspect of the people who might be in technology, that's true. But as far as the overall personalities, I don't think so. I think mainly marketing has more to do with the communication side of entertainment. I mean, being in marketing myself, I always was in PR. And my husband teaches marketing at Chapman University. I mean, he's a financial advisor, but he used to be the vice president of marketing at ConAgra. So he's a genius. I only hang around geniuses. No, not really. But,
hey, for the most part, yeah.
I like to, actually, because I like to learn from the people I hang around with. And all of the filmmakers who I'm going to be working with in the next year, I think are geniuses.
Right.
So, okay, but anyway, what was I saying? I forgot. Marketing has a lot to do with entertainment, because there's so much social networking now.
Right.
And there's so much publicizing yourself, and there's so much organization involved. You have to be organized. I mean, like Bill Oberst Jr. is one of the best actors I've ever met, and he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. But he is also very well connected socially. I mean, he is like on every platform, and he always knows the right thing to do, and he's always so polite to everyone. I mean, if he posts a picture, he always puts exactly the right thing to say.
Right.
Whereas sometimes, I'm so busy, I'll just post a picture.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bill never does that, and Gregory either. They're just very sophisticated people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, and that's what had actually, I wanted to ask that question because I felt like myself. I go, being in this business, I wanted to kind of find a way to stand behind what I did. You know how they say when you do something, it's good to really learn how it works and understand. Yeah, basically understand how to take care of things yourself. And like me, for instance, like when we met years ago, what I did, I kind of started doing it on my own. And so I had to learn it. Again, I want to thank you for that, Dawna, because I learned so much from you. Probably most, and y'all hear me saying on, out there in the radio world right now, probably most of the things that I really learned seriously, Dawna, I watched you for years and paid close attention. So.
Oh, well, thank you. But actually, your technology, the IT that you do, relates to the beautiful banners that you put up. And that's contributing a lot to the success of your show and everybody noticing, because your banners are extraordinary.
Well, I thank you, and I got to send a special shout out to Lee Harris as well for helping me with that, because we spend kind of hours doing it, and with the people that we deal with, we also want to make sure that when you're making banners for people that are making movies, you kind of don't want to fall short, right? So
yeah. Well, no, that's what I mean about quality.
Yeah.
I mean, yours are very high quality and they look professional.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the same way that an actor has to look at his work now. You have to look at yourself as a professional.
Right, absolutely. So, what is your next? Okay, I know we've got. This is what I want to ask you. Okay, where can people go check out these movies? I mean, you got so many movies on deck, and where can everybody go to see these movies at? I know I'm sitting back looking at.
I have to say, most of my movies are on deck.
Right, right.
Jared is someone who always follows through. And he just does his movies and gets them done and then starts another one. And so I'm so blessed to have Jared in my life. Steve Oakley's another one. He just does it. And then,
right.
Well, actually, Natural Born Filmmakers has taken us almost a year. So it's been a long time, but Steve just starts them. So it's not like we've had to spend a lot of time raising the money or doing anything because we had no budget.
And you know what?
It turned out, actually, because I got all my friends involved and my friends are so talented, it's going to be a really good movie. Yeah,
and matter of fact, mentioning Steve and the way he works too, talking to Steve, I got quite a bit of lessons from him too, and he's pretty direct and to the point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he knows what he wants to do, and he's like, look, this is.
Oh, yeah, well, he had a theater for 12 years, so Steve knows everything about the business.
Yeah.
And he's a great writer, so he just knows what he's doing, and, he moves through the film really quickly. I think the next film that I'm doing is probably going to be happy ending.
Right.
Well, no, actually, the next film that's coming out is going to be Book of Choices. And I just can't wait till that comes out because, like I told you in the beginning, I think it's going to change a lot of people's perception of me.
I was going to say that's a serious that's a serious film as well. Like it's dramatic. It's got a good plot to it. It's almost like correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of get the series serious, almost soap opera-ish, just kind of dramatic feel to that.
It's incredibly dramatic. I mean, Chandra is a former actress, so she knows how to get the best out of her people. And she, actually cast me in this role maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And she and June Barfield really helped me bring the performance out. I mean, she gets down to the core of you. and she does it with all of her actors. She works with you personally. I desperately want to work with Chandra again on anything she does, but I know that when Book of Choices comes out, it is going to win tons of awards.
Right.
Because it's just going to be it's fantastic. It's going to be a great film.
Now, if you're at liberty to be able to talk about that, were you was somebody in that film? Did you have a daughter in that film? Because I know you were telling somebody off. There was a guy, and you were telling him that he was not doing something right, or his attitude was wrong, or something about that.
Yeah, I do have a daughter in the film, and she's the one who I'm yelling at in the first scene. Right. In the first scene of the trailer.
Right.
Okay, I know Chandra doesn't want me to give away too much.
Okay, well, don't. Cause if not, if you can't, don't. Because I don't want Chandra. She'll be on both of our cases.
I have a daughter, but I play a really evil woman.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we'll leave it with that. See,
that's kind of like Joan in Slink.
Yeah.
Except much more defined.
Yeah.
Like Joan in Slink was a great character to play because Art Roberts was so wonderful and giving as an actor. It just kind of flowed. And because I did that like maybe 3 years ago too. I mean, that was one of the first films I did.
Right.
That it helps, working with a great actor. But Joan was a really great character, and I was really lucky to get that character.
Now, and going back to Slink, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry, you do so much, I can't help it. I'm all over the board. Now, and in Slink as well, okay, you play. Now, when is Slink coming? Is there a ETA for Slink?
Slink's already out. Slink's been out on Amazon and on Redbox and everywhere, and Slink got tons of great reviews.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's like Jared's best reviewed movie, and it's my personal favorite. Even though I won Best Actress for After School Massacre, Slink has always been my favorite because I think it has the most defined plot. It's got just a really great plot, and it came out of Jared's, Jared's brilliant mind,
right.
Brilliant and twisted mind.
Right.
Anyway, it's been out for a while, which is why we never had a world premiere for it or anything, and so Deadly Punkettes won festival favorite at the Galactic Film Festival,
right.
and Club Lingerie was one of the entries into the Fantastic Film Festival. And so when I was going to be involved with the RIP Film Festival, I just thought, why not put in Slink? Because I think it's the best film. And now, I mean, it's awarded, it's nominated for 5 awards.
That's amazing.
So it shows that I was right. I mean, even if it doesn't win, it's a great film.
Right. Now, are you able to tell what the basis of the plot of what Slink is about?
Yeah, because probably everyone has seen Slink already. I play a purse designer, and my husband, the purses are made out of human skin.
Oh man, that's what he was cutting up in that thing.
Yeah, so we have a tanning salon, and we get the young girls from the tanning salon, and that's kind of what the film's about.
Yeah.
So Danica Galindo is this young girl who comes to visit and
turns into a purse.
Escape our clutches.
Wow. Okay, that's what because
Julia plays my sister, who's part of the purse company. So she's an evil person too.
Yeah. Okay. Because I saw that. I knew there was something going on in there, and I'm like, but because I've seen the Slink purses, as a matter of fact, and I thought they were really designers of purses. That's what I thought Slink.
Actually, Jared. Another thing that was so incredible about Slink was that Jared built the sets for it, so it's got amazing sets.
Yeah.
And then he built this store for me. It's called Virgin Leathers. And he took, I told you I was in a million contests, so he took all of my contest pictures and put them into frames on the wall, because I'm supposed to be this world famous purse designer.
Right.
And then he took his grandmother's purses and hung them on the wall.
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing. You know, I mean, he and the set designer were really great.
Well, you know what? He did a great job on that because you guys had, I felt like the purses were really made by Slink, which was a designer. So,
no, they're his grandmother's purses, but I have to say the cast in Slink was amazing. I mean, I think it was Danica's first film, and she's up for Sexy something. And then Julia was the executive producer, but her character is really evil, and she did a great job with it. Art Roberts is a fantastic actor.
right.
I mean, he walks away with the whole film, and I'm so glad to have had a lot of my scenes opposite him.
Have you ever?
He's
Sorry.
great.
Have you all ever, like, did it ever come up in any kind of conversation to actually make or manufacture some of those purses? Because they probably would be a big hit.
Well, you know, I mean, I've got my hands full trying to get the software company funded, and
Yeah.
projects I really like.
Yeah.
You know, I might try to help get funding, even though I'm not successful at film funding, and I don't want to do it.
Right.
So, no, I don't want to bring on another project like that. It's too much work. You know, it really is too much work. You have to devote yourself to like one project, and two at the most.
Yeah, because it can get confusing, I suppose, and a 24-hour day period is rough when you got to devote so much time to different things. The day goes fast.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of really want to work with experienced filmmakers now, because of my business background. If I work with someone new, I'll end up just taking over and doing all the work.
Yeah.
You know, just because of my personality too. I mean, I'm a type A.
Right.
So I mean, that's, you know, the people that I want to work with next year are all established or really strong personalities in their own right who won't let me take over.
I understand. All right, Dawna. Well, listen, it's been wonderful as always talking to you. And I want to put out there too. Let me tell everybody, don't stalkers and internet trolls. Stay out of Dawna's way, all right?
Yeah, unless you want to just leave nice messages. But, you know, the filmmakers that I'm going to be working with in the next year are successful enough that they don't want to be stalked, that they hide.
Right.
One of them in particular is so gorgeous and so successful that he does hide, and he tells people not to say anything about the film.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't tell me, so I did. Okay.
So you made
That's all I'll say.
so that was on you then,
So
basically,
he had
Dawna.
to take himself off Facebook.
Wow. So you had to hold that weight then, in other words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am so blessed to be working with him.
Okay.
It's going to be a whole different genre for me, and he's more serious than I am.
Yeah. Well,
and more hardworking than I am, so I just can't wait.
Well, you know what? It's and that
And he's the one who found me.
Oh, really? Hey, I'm not surprised though, Dawna. I mean, who wouldn't come looking for you, right?
well, I mean, he kind of found me out of the blue, but I'm glad he did.
Oh, well, he did a good job. I commend him for that. If he's out there listening right now, you made a superior choice.
Yeah, he's probably working on his spaceship.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Look, stop it, Dawna. Right, you still doing that? Cut it out. So yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I'll probably be talking to you next month, and hopefully I'll have more to talk about.
Listen,
but wish us luck tomorrow for Slink.
You know what? Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, because because the nominations are out now. When are the awards going to be? I know that's coming up soon, right?
It's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm presenting an award.
So look now. All right, now look here, because we just talked today, and the awards come out tomorrow. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, well, so last night I was there all night because I watched Link and I interviewed for City Beat Live for LJ. And then tomorrow we're going to be at the awards ceremony.
Now, what time does
Which will be fun. I love awards.
What time? Because I know you're going to be mad busy. But now, what time around? Like when will you? In other words, basically what I'm trying to figure out here is there any way that you and I can contact again when these, once the awards are done and you guys win an award. I'm sure you will, and you guys win it.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. All right, I was trying to get you back on the show, but all right, I'll do the.
Well, I'm trying to build up my arms. I'm spending a lot of time working out these things.
Okay.
But, actually, you're having all my friends on too, and my friends are Vita's friends. So, I'll be on in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. That sounds great.
Yeah, because I want another one of your great banners.
Yeah. Look, all the time. You can get them anytime you want, Don. All you got to do is tell me. I'm on it. Just like that.
Okay.
You already know that.
Okay, thanks, Keith.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Donna. Good luck tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was the wonderful Dawna Lee Heising right here on the Keith Harris Show Global Network on Hotline Radio. As I say, as usual, the hardest working woman in showbiz. I know the last time Donna and I spoke, as a matter of fact, there was so many different things going on, and that hasn't stopped. So I know the holidays is coming up, so hopefully she'll get a chance to take a break. But wonderful woman, serious woman, and like I say, for all of those out there listening, internet trolling and stalking is not a good thing, so try not to do that. All right. Now we're gonna get back into the show, play a few songs. I'll be back with a couple more announcements. Also, big shouts out to the whole West Coast, the whole Hollywood scene. Big shouts out to everybody north, south, east, and west, all over the globe. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us as usual. We're gonna get back into the music. Also, want to remind you guys, it's 7 o'clock. In just about 30 minutes. Main man DJ Mike Styles will be in the building, or he'll be on his show, as a matter of fact. So make sure you don't go nowhere after I leave. Stay tuned in and catch the good music with DJ Mike Styles. We're going to get into some cool kids with Eco Smith right here on HotlineRadio.net.